Hello everyone, this is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting video. And in this video, I'm going to be doing a reaction to a public domain comic. We're going to be looking at Stardust, the Super Wizard. If you go to the Digital Comic Museum, you can read every Stardust, the Super Wizard comic that is out there absolutely for free, because he's a public domain character that you're able to use in any story you would like. I've already gone through the trouble of going through every Stardust the Super Wizard story and taking as many screenshots as possible and editing them so that you're able to create your own Stardust the Super Wizard comics by taking any of these images and putting together the way that you want to. I have images of Stardust as well as all of his villains. I try to make sure that for each character you get to see them moving around, talking, using their abilities, stuff like that. And I've edited out things like speech bubbles to allow for you to add in like your own speech bubbles. I also made sure to get an empty empty caption box so that you guys can edit and resize that caption box the way that you want to make sure that you can add in text the way that you want into your stories. But if you guys want access to this, I can leave a link to this either in the comment section below on our Discord or in the description of this video. So if I, for whatever reason, didn't include a link to this repository in the description box below, definitely feel free to ask me for the link. I'd be more than happy to share it. This essentially exists for you guys to be able to use so that you will be able to make your own Stardust the Super Wizard comics. But if you guys don't know anything about Stardust the Super Wizard, then you're in the right place, because I want to read through all of the Stardust the Super Wizard comics. I'm not sure if I'm going to do them all in this one video or if I'm going to break it up into multiple videos, but based on my track record, I might do it all in one video. I don't know. I definitely have a habit of doing that, even though I probably shouldn't. But without further ado, let's jump into the first Stardust the Super Wizard story, and I'll just let you guys know, Stardust the Super Wizard, he's a little weird. He's a weird character, for sure. Definitely like one of the strangest superheroes of all time, created by Fletcher Hanks. So let's hop into this. The Super Wizard Stardust. While a secret army of spies and murderous terrorists conspire to undermine business and the government, a distant radio call is picked up in America, a message transmitted from somewhere out in space. Immediately, newspaper extras carry startling headlines. Listen to this, you mugs. Stardust is coming to visit the Earth. He's the super crime whiz who is busting spy mobs on a lot of planets. Boy, will he be on our necks. Stardust, that mastermind of the universe with the mysterious knowledge of criminals and their plans, will arrive on our planet tonight. He is traveling at amazing speed on highly accelerated light waves. At 9:45, his powerful light will be visible in the direction of Mars, and at 10 o'clock he will land someplace in the United States of America to begin a merciless cleanup of spies and grade A racketeers. So right off the bat, all the villains of Earth are kind of warned that Stardust is on his way. So that's interesting. That's like a cool way to set up a story, I guess. Imagine reading a Superman comic where it's from the perspective of the villains and they know exactly where Superman is coming from and at what time he's going to show up. And you get to see the villains try and plot and plan on how to avoid Superman or potentially like stop him. That's kind of what we're seeing now, but in the Stardust the Super Wizard comic. As broadcasting is continued, the speeding Stardust draws closer to the Earth, and the leaders of the secret army of spies and terrorists call an emergency meeting. His scientific use of rays has made him master of space and planetary forces. The gas of a certain star has made him immune to heat or cold. We must destroy him as soon as he arrives. Get him in the dark. Use the typhoid germs and poison gas on him. Use other hot X fusing liquid on his apparatus. Take him apart with the atom smasher. Turn the new shredding guns on him. Get him out of our way. So they have a lot of plans and a lot of different ideas on how to defeat Stardust the Super Wizard. And look at the top of his head. Look at this dude's head. He looks like his brain is like sticking directly out of his skull to where you see his brain wrinkles like on his skin. Like, I wonder if this dude is supposed to be like a super genius crime boss with a lot of resources, or if Fletcher Hanks just like drawing people weirdly, because that also could just be true. Also, how is it that the radio announcers know so much about Stardust and all of his gadgets? Stardust carries artificial lungs that enable him to breathe safely under any condition. He uses new spectral rays that can make him invisible or as bright as the sun. He wears a flexible star metal skin controlled through rays from a distant sun, and rendering him indestructible by chemicals or by electrical or violent force. Oh, in case I didn't mention this earlier, Stardust the Super Wizard has hella powers. Like, they're listing a whole bunch of things that he can do right now and what his, like, gadgets are. But I assure you, the more Stardust Super Wizard you read, the more you learn that he can just do way more than you would have ever expected. He's so superior, we won't be able to touch him. We had better lay off him for a while and go on with our work. This is the night we're scheduled to bump off the president. We ought to do the job before Stardust gets here. Let's use our expanding bullets and send our two best shots. I need to be careful. I feel like I have a tendency of trying to read ahead of where I'm reading out loud. So essentially, it's like I'm reading this in my head, and then I'm saying it out loud, and then I end up saying out loud the thing that I'm reading ahead. So I'll like skip words. So I apologize for that. Okay. Two killers soon crouch at a window, waiting for their man. When the president gets out, we'll plug him full. Why do these guys want to assassinate the president? They don't seem like normal goons. They're going for some crazy political shit. Let's see, assassins, essentially. Suddenly, a dull shock vibrates the room. What was that? I don't know. Lost all my strength. And from out of a blinding light thunders a command, get up. As the would-be assassins jump to their feet, the light disappears. You are now in the power of Stardust. And look at how, like, large and imposing Stardust the Super Wizard is. Look at how his shadow, like, materializes into view to show that he's, like, teleported inside the room with them. Ah, goodness. Stardust whisks them through the window. He makes himself invisible and delivers them to the startled police. Hold them for treason. It's interesting that superheroes a lot of times will just like take criminals somewhere, but you don't actually get like it seems like you need to tell the police what happened, right? It seems like you couldn't just drop criminals off and then just say, "Take them, officer." The officers would need to know like why they're under arrest. A lot of times if you're on a crime scene, police will like talk to everyone there and fill out a report. Because it seems like you could like arrest those two dudes, like send them to the police, and the police are like, "So why are we holding you for treason?" And they'll be like, "I don't know. Some random guy just grabbed us. We're cool with that." And then like they could probably just leave. Let's see. Unaware of what has happened, the spy leaders plan further crime and destruction. While the president's being wiped out, we'll blow up the Capitol. We'll use our new liquid flame bombs. Why are they attacking the United States of America? They did mention spies earlier. Maybe these guys are spy assassins? I mean, they essentially just seem like terrorists. Like, Stardust the Super Wizard is just straight up just fighting terrorists, is what it sounds like. The big bombing planes of the spy army. Oh, they're a spy army. Cool. Well, at that point, it sounds like you're just an army. Regardless of whether or not you're spy. You guys have, like, planes with bombs and shit. I guess they're the spy army. But anyways, the big bombing planes of the spy army soon swarm over the Capitol. There's our signal. From out of the heavens falls a shower of bombs powerful enough to demolish a city. At the same time, the brilliant form of Stardust shoots across the sky. He meets the bombs in midair, and by use of his anti-gravity ray, he changes their course. At dazzling speed, he steers the bombs to a position above the fleeing spy planes. Look out! Stardust with our bombs! It's crazy that they know that it's Stardust. I mean, I guess who else would it be? But if you just see like a shining man flying through the sky, unless they announce themselves, they could really be anything. It's interesting that his anti-gravity ray, by the way, not only like stops the bombs in midair, but also like pulls them. It seems like it works a lot like a track, or yeah, it must be a tractor beam. He's not just moving so fast that they're like following his air currents. Or is that what's happening? Like, I honestly don't know. Let's see. Then gives the spies a dose of their own medicine. So, yeah, in case you guys are wondering, Stardust the Super Wizard just dropped enough bombs to destroy a city on a fleet of planes that had people in them. Stardust the Super Wizard is definitely the kind of superhero who just murders people with no remorse whatsoever. From a secret tower, the spy leaders watch the disaster. We must destroy this super wizard. He's wiped out every plane. Let's use the Atom Smasher on him. The spies prepare to use their most deadly weapon, the huge Atom Smasher, on Stardust. Adjust the long-range automatic finder. Get a focus and smash him in the fog. When Stardust feels the finder being focused on him, he releases his powerful boomerang ray, and the Atom Smasher smashes itself. The spies flee in panic. So Stardust's boomerang ray is pretty powerful. Essentially, it's like, nah, fam, you. The kind of superpower where essentially if you try to use anything against him, he can just make that instead hit you. I mean, to be honest, when the bombers dropped those bombs on the city, he probably just could have used the boomerang ray and had the bombs fly back up and hit the planes, and it would have done the same thing. I'm not sure if the boomerang ray is something that only can return things that are targeting Stardust, or if the boomerang ray can just make any attack just go back to whoever sent the attack. We'll have to keep reading more Stardust in order to find out. Stardust arrives in the room and uses his magnetic ray to draw them back within reach. I guess everybody has some metal on them. Maybe they all got the shoddy, you know. That's how the shoddy betrays you. Also, I love how Stardust materializes into places and they show like the particles build his like being together. I always think that's really cool. Then he hurls them rapidly through the window. Oh gosh. Just before they crash upon a housetop, Stardust uses his suspending ray, and the spies suddenly hang helplessly in the air, not far above the roof. You can stay there till the G-men come and get you. He's letting them off easy. Stardust is known for... Never mind, he's not letting them off easy. Then Stardust releases a secret ray that brings in front of the spies the skeletons of innocent people they have killed. Gaze at them for a while. Yeah, Stardust likes to do like weird like punishments on people that sometimes can be kind of extreme. This is still a pretty light punishment, but also really out there. At the office of the G-men, a strange vibration suddenly rocks the room, and the men feel dazed and helpless. Something strange is going on. The vibration is followed by a flash, and the room becomes empty. The G-men find themselves on the housetop. How did we get here? Good Lord, look up there! The skeletons vanish, and Stardust appears beside the bewildered G-men. Above you are the leaders of the spy army. With my compliments. In 5 minutes they will drop. Good luck. That's Stardust, and we didn't have a chance to thank him. In the next exciting issue of Fantastic Comics, Stardust battles Rip the Blood. Dun 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 dun. Let's see how long this video is. So this is like 13 minutes. I feel like this is probably a good stopping point. So I can just do like an issue of Stardust at a time rather than going through literally like every issue of Stardust Comics in like a single video. This also let me gauge you guys' thoughts on it. Like, what do you guys think? You guys like Stardust? You guys want to see me do more Stardust? What's a public domain superhero that you guys would love to see me do a reaction to? I definitely enjoyed running through this comic with you guys real quick. And remember, in the description box below, I'm going to have a link to this public domain superhero image repository. If you guys want to make your own like Stardust comics, I would really love to see you guys make your own Stardust comics, post them on the Discord. I could maybe even like read and react to your comics. And there are plenty of Stardust villains present in here as well, if you guys want to see Stardust fight like specific enemies. Also, feel free to like mix in your own artwork with what I have here. You know what I mean? Like, you guys can use the public domain images if you want to, but you can also just use them as reference if you want to as well, in order to like draw the characters your way, and even create like new character to add to the story. But yeah, thank you all for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring the notification bell to be notified whenever we do these videos. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black One Only, logging out. Peace, guys. Chicken a bow.